a stifling hot evening here in the UK, and I am grateful to all of you, wherever you are in the world, for joining us here, because the only thing hotter is going to be the act. No, it's not right when it's this. I'm not going to do that at all. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Guys, it is the stream that you guys have asked for. You wanted to see the stream where we actually go back and watch the incredibly brutal match between Alex Windsor and Charlie Morgan, and also have the two on stream reacting accordingly. I don't know if these two have watched the match back since. We'll find out. That'll be our first question. Speaking of questions, if you have a question for either of them, if you're a channel member, you can get that in. If you're not, then you can super chat or become a channel member. And that's how you can get your questions to either Charlie or Alex during this stream. And of course, you'll see them both in action this Friday, exclusively live to channel members here on the Eve YouTube channel. And let's jump straight to it. Let's bring on our guests of the show. First of all, Alex Windsor.
Hello.
That right.
Windsor.
And Charlie Morgan. Definitely pronouncing that right.
Yeah, you definitely got that one right.
Cool.
Right? We're matching, look.
I know. We always do this.
A couple of chavs.
Unintentionally.
Couple of chavs, I know, yeah.
It's a good job we're doing this afterwards, because if we tried doing this before, like, there's no way that people think, yeah, no, there's definitely problems between them two. You even dress the same now. Like,
I know.
at what point did you two start dressing the same?
We've literally
When?
unintentionally dressed the same.
We've been mates, haven't we?
Same top. Yeah. We just
There's
turn up and be like,
There's pictures from like 2011 where we're like, oh, that's the same.
yeah,
It's like
just come on.
already
Just
Charlie's used to doing gang symbols on stream. It's like we're on BBC One again already. Start getting complaints. So we're here to watch your incredible match from April 5th at Wrestle mania. Love that title.
Yeah.
How many times have you guys, if at all, watched the match since?
I've probably watched it fully, maybe twice. I remember I put it on for my parents. They were a bit hesitant to watch it because I did tell them about like the blood and stuff like that. But yeah, it got mixed reviews. One of my mums didn't really like it at all, and then the other absolutely loved it.
Was that June? Lee,
Yeah,
Lee loved it.
Lee hated it. Especially the bit where you licked my face. She was like, oh, she's like, that's disgusting. I think I've watched it fully a couple of times, and then I've seen like little clips like a few times as well.
I think I've probably watched it about 3 times.
What was the weapons budget? Do you guys remember? Because you guys went out and bought a bunch of stuff yourselves as well as I did.
The budget?
Yeah, what guys did?
I have no idea.
I just remember not being happy. It's pretty much.
I just remember like FaceTime you like, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna get this. You're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I remember you were out shopping with Debbie Sharp, weren't you?
Yeah, and I put her in the bin.
It's all right for Debbie.
Like, let me see how this feels.
Just practicing on it.
Yeah.
And Charlie, how many times did you say you've watched the match, or have you not?
Full from beginning to end, probably 3 times, I'd say. I definitely did not show my mum. I did force my dad to watch it, and there was parts where even my dad would be like, and he gets wrestling. My mum, doesn't really. And my mum was just like, I didn't even tell my mum about blood or anything.
Well, I remember you told me not to say anything.
Yeah. So, when she comes to the show this Friday, not that she will, but I mean, she'll come to the show, but not that she will go up to you and be like, oh, so about that blood.
What actually happened?
Yeah.
So
But,
they've seen it now. Your mum's seen it.
huh?
Has your mum seen it?
No, my mum's still not. I wouldn't let my mum watch that. She'd
Does she
kill
know
me.
what happened, like, because I remember you
No.
like proper kayfabe and even like the photos going on your Facebook and everything.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, you
no,
had
no.
to-
So,
You had to
I
prep
put it on
me before we saw her, didn't you? You were like, right, if she
Yeah.
asks you this, don't tell her.
yeah, we went out for a family meal because we're friends, really, shock. went out for a family meal, and obviously Alice's family, so she come along with me. Alice, whatever your name is. And
they're really good friends. Don't know each other's names, but they're really good friends.
Chav number 1, chav number 2 today.
There you go. Before we got out of the car, I was like, right, you don't mention the blood, like don't let's just not speak about it. Because my mum would just like, yeah, she just wouldn't be best pleased. But my dad was all right about it.
On a lighter note, my hair started growing back from the blooming when the paramedic does it.
Let me see. Bring it here.
I've got a little tuft. Can you see if I put my head back? I've literally got little tufts now.
So stupid.
As well, right? So you gigged like 2 weekends in a row.
Yeah, and there was like the first and second times.
Did you reopen? Was that your first? Ever really?
The dog collar match, yeah.
So did you reopen the same one, or did you do a separate?
No, I think on the first one I managed to do it like really discreetly. It was tiny as well.
Right.
At least you didn't cut your own hair like yourself, because that's what I did. Isn't it?
No, well, yeah, you literally cut your hair off, didn't you?
I did. And paramedic cut my hair. I fucking did it there and cut my hair off.
I know that's what happened to me, but the paramedic done it.
Yeah,
same again.
You've done the same thing. Well, the paramedic did it to you, though. Listen, how that much of a grad. Yeah.
Well, hey, that was twice is enough, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that
was
rough 7 days for you. So I think one was like a Sunday, and then of course we were on the Friday, so you literally had like 6-7 days of doing it. Oh, hello.
Yeah, everyone thought I was just suddenly become a hardcore wrestler.
That's just showing her ass on camera.
Slag.
This is not me.
Right, so here we go. Is that Princess? Is that pretty?
That's Princess, yeah.
That is Princess.
Oh.
Look at her. Get Princess's thoughts on the match here. I haven't watched it back since, so this will be the
You haven't?
No, I think I said to you guys in the what? No, I think I said to you guys in the WhatsApp afterwards, like it was a real hard one to watch.
Yeah, like, you did say you felt really guilty, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I was quite shaken.
Why?
It was when we were back. It was when we were upstairs and when everything was starting to show up. Basically,
yeah.
All the welts, all the like everything. Like it was one thing. Like during it, like I was feeling a bit during it, but then when everything was kind of like showing up, I just felt really bad.
I have a question for you, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
When you saw Al's blade and the amount of blood, did you like stop being a promoter and think, "Oh my god"?
That whenever there's anything along those lines, right? It's like you've got two parallel timelines running. There's like the one where you're thinking, you're really kind of shit, because I remember literally thinking, because there was a fair bit, and the whole time I'm like aware of everything going on, and I'm also thinking of like watching anything in terms of consciousness.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like I didn't know that you hadn't done it before, but I knew that if you had, you'd only done it a couple of times at most.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and you don't know how, this is one thing, it's like, you don't know how your body is realistically going to react.
Yeah, and it's hard to gauge how deep you're going because you can't see. You haven't got
clearly, mate.
and so, like, that was going. And so there's a lot of commentary with me and Will that I felt was very real. And that was
I think Will even said there was a point where he was like,
he went quiet. Yeah, he went really quiet, didn't he? I noticed that when I watched it back, he just was quiet.
It was it's definitely the hardest match I've ever done commentary on for multiple reasons, because there is the pressure of you two are doing this, so I have to fucking up my game as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, do you know what I mean? Because bad commentary can totally screw a match up. And so,
definitely, yeah. It adds to like the atmosphere, doesn't it?
Right, exactly. So, like,
I think it really added having Will on commentary, and then you've got the interference of Jetta. Like, it's crazy, isn't it? Think about like real life, and then us like wrestling,
all
like
thrown in together. Yeah,
it's mad.
It was.
It all added to it.
I've never felt anything like I felt that during that match, both in terms of concern, like real concern,
Yeah.
where you're mixing, like where some of what you're saying is very real, based on what's going on. And there's also this really weird thing as well with wrestling, where because you're friends, you are more on each other than you perhaps would be a stranger, because there is
Yeah.
that trust level, that's there, and there isn't that intent, and you're also going in there to do this with your mate, and you've hyped yourselves up, and it's just a whole. I don't think it's. I don't think it's possible to, unless you've been in that situation, to fully explain it.
Yeah,
For people
definitely.
to actually
I
understand.
think there has only been 2 matches that I would say I've had like an out of body experience, and this is the only time I feel like I've ever had it. The first one was at Wrestle Kingdom 1 with Emerson Jane, and the other one was obviously was this match, and it felt like I was watching myself do it. It was really
Yeah,
weird.
it was weird, wasn't it?
Weird.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
it
good.
doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. I remember there was another match that you had with Emerson Jane. It was she won 229, and you were very emotional about, because we everything that we set out to achieve, we did, and without it was before you did the big brutal match with Sammy. It was the one before. I remember that being quite something as well. But yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I don't know. No, there's 2 things. I don't even know if I want to go through that again. Is the honest answer.
Yeah.
It was, but it's also hard because like there's a genuine relationship between all of us. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing. It's like, so I think again, it's just so many different ways. There's the extra pressure, there's the real concern, and it's so weird to combine the extra pressure of telling a story and putting on this fictional show that's also very real.
Real, yeah.
And you're doing it with your mates, and everyone's there's nothing like it.
I think the fact that it also took literally years to come ahead from when we first started, that was an added one. It was literally just like, it wasn't just thrown in. We've got this big match. It was literally
when we like
years
sat
of
in the
making.
pub or something, we like sat in the pub in like probably 2019.
2019, yeah.
No, or 2020.
No,
No,
definitely not 2020, mate. Nothing happened in 2020.
Yeah. It was 2019.
Yeah. Like, I just remember, like, when we made the plan for coming back, it was supposed to be like within a year, wasn't it? And originally, Alice was the one that was going to go heel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And then but it's one of those ones where you just kind of feel the crowd out, and you just.
I need a change up though.
Yeah, agreed. Well, that's what we did.
Don't you?
Yeah. It was, and I don't think people expected it to be this way around. If anything, I think it benefited the fact that we did it the way we did, because everyone would have expected it the other way around as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So we got to tell a different story than they eventually did this. And it's nicer to be able to go, they went this way, and we got so much more out. I just want to say thank you to Mark Watkins, sends a £5 super chat for extra cat food. Princess is out here getting into super chats, and Champagne Sumo for the $19.99 super chat. Donation for Alex's drink snack fund. Well, you might have.
There we go.
You might have I can't talk about it on the stream, but we spoke about it previously. Your weekend, you might end up needing an extra drink or something on Friday night.
Yes.
So, welcome, by the way, as well, to Spinebuster Media, who film all our events. And that's a great cue, actually, to go to the match. And if you want to watch this match without us talking over the top of it and just experience it for itself, you need to become a channel member on one of the Eve Live tiers. You get that join membership, you get to watch the entire Eve back catalogue, and you get to watch the shows live as they happen, for as long as you're a channel member on Elite and a Live Plus tier. And that includes this Friday's show, where we see Charlie Morgan's final wrestling match, and for real as well. So yeah, how does that, by the way, just before I hit play, how does that feel, like me saying that?
I don't want to talk about it. Sad. Like, yeah, like it doesn't. It feels real, but it doesn't. It's really strange. It's like I don't know, like, you know, when obviously something's coming up and it's like dawning on you. It's like something like a black cloud that won't go away. But hopefully, when that day comes, it will all be like sunshine, and that horrible black cloud will hopefully be away, and I can walk off into the sunset happy. But I don't know. Obviously, like, you know, we have our whole life planned together, and there's life beyond wrestling, isn't there? But it's still so hard to say goodbye.
Yeah,
So
I think that's the other thing, by the way, that I've been trying to get across to people. I think because there's so many wrestling retirements, I wonder how many people actually believe this. But obviously, like, we know because we're all friends, so we actually know, you know. Whereas I wonder how many people are just wrestling.
that combat, yeah.
And like, I keep getting people say, "Oh, you're going to have them on the show still to do like angles and characters," and it's just like, no, they want their weekend.
They're literally leaving.
Yeah, like that would defeat them. If they're going to be at the shows, they might as well be wrestling.
Yeah.
So it's a bit different. I just want to say again a big thank you to Champagne Sumo for Charlie's drink fund. Well, you're definitely going to need a drink this weekend. You know,
I'll have a drink or two.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much, Champagne Sumo. And by the way, for those wondering, what are we raising money for at the moment? In addition to our normal raising money for the streams, of course, and for the shows, we need a new canvas. Why do we need a new canvas, you two? What? Why do we need a new canvas? Well, we're about to watch.
We blend.
Why we need a new canvas.
Watch me get scalped by my best mate.
Right, so let's press play. So we do have the volume down on this.
Yeah, so we've done many a crazy shit together, all right? I bet you never thought I'd de-scalp you.
Never in my wildest dreams would I've never done a match like that before, ever. Like, I think that was like another added pressure, like proper like hardcore match. No.
Yeah, terrifying. Someone's just
right. That is what a lot of people have, though, isn't it? Because of that.
What's that?
It's a real good point, actually, Alex. Like, with regards to the fact that you're going into something that you haven't done before, because even the dog collar match is different because there are, you know, there's a gimmick there that's specific. Whereas with this, there isn't a gimmick that's specific because it's the story. So everything that you're using is really based on a personal story that's far more than a professional rivalry. You know. So what was that like? What was going through your mind? How much pressure was you on yourself, I guess?
After like doing the dog collar match and having like the physicality of that and the gigging as well, I was a little bit, not that I felt like, okay, like I'm prepared now, but like to get a little teaser for it, just to have that bit of like, okay, like that was kind of cool. And then it was kind of like, this one's like that, but 10 times more. So like going into it, obviously I was like dead nervous, but I was just like, it's just another one of them added things that I was like, well, like I'm doing it with my best mate, like.
Yeah, it was pretty
like,
it was a special.
I was going to say that's got to be the other like pressure. Like we spoke about, I think it's going to. So many things are going to come back to pressure. Knowing that we can't do a rematch because that's the story. How much did that play on you both?
I think it was like when we were putting the match together and we were having so much fun just backstage putting the match together. It was just like,
I feel like I had a song
thing there that we weren't.
You remember I had a song on and I was just like all up with music, and then all of a sudden Passenger played, and we love Passenger anyway. And it played, and we were talking, and do you remember it just went quiet? It was just me and you in the room, and this song came on, and we just went quiet. And I remember like being like, "Oh shit!" Like this, you know, like Jesus Christ.
It's like really happening, yeah.
I feel like we had a bit of a moment where I sort of like, didn't I grab your shoulders, or we sort of just was like, ah, you know, like this is mental, and that's when it hit me, like that fucking sappy song come on, and then I was just like, oh. You know, we were like out like 20 minutes and
I think as well, because we haven't wrestled in like a couple years, there is always that thought of like, are we going to have that chemistry, like, you know, because you can be really good mates with someone but not have that chemistry in the ring. But then I think
We've
after
always
the
had
match,
really good chemistry there, haven't we?
yeah, so that's just
Literally
like another added like.
from like back in the day.
There was
I remember
never a
standing
time
across
for
the
it to
ring.
only ever be one match either, wasn't it? It was literally just a case of, you know, something would happen, and we then could, like, how many times did we go to start this, and then we couldn't do it?
Oh
You
my
know?
god, I've at least like 4 times.
Yeah, too many.
Yeah.
Then most of the
I
time it
remember
was my
standing
fault
across
and
the ring
getting
from you.
injured. But...
I remember standing
Eh?
across the ring from you and
21.
just being like, yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Put you together as a team? Because that was all designed as well to, like, you two coming back on the same show. That was a
Yeah.
lovely coincidence, but we knew right from the start what direction we were going.
We knew,
Like,
yeah, we knew on my return that we were eventually going to do this, but I don't think we'd expect that it would happen in 2020.
Literally like however many years later, yeah.
it took us 3 years.
Yeah. Crazy,
Like,
innit?
it is. In many ways, do you feel that, like, what would you prefer? Because in many ways it also benefited because of the fact that it had been this stop, like, and we had to pivot a lot as well to try to do it so that, like, we have to bring it back now. We have to kind of think about making up. Are they getting back? Because we have to retell the story again. Like, do you feel it benefited from the fact that it's, you know, it ended up lasting as long as it did to build to this one match, or would you have preferred to have been able to have got to it sooner and done a series of matches?
So I feel like it's a bit of a toss-up really, because obviously on the one hand, having it dragged out for so long, when it did finally happen and it went down the way it did, it was kind of like, oh, I'm so glad it's happened this way. But then, like you said, on the other foot, if we had done it earlier, we probably could have got more matches together. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have
kind of
done a
like,
series because we wouldn't have known, you know, earlier that Charlie and Jetta were retiring at this point.
yeah,
I
exactly.
think as much as I would have loved to have done like a best out of 5 or something and done crazy gimmick matches.
Fucking hell, could you imagine what we would have done after match 5 if that was our first one? I'd have no head left.
Decapitated, mate.
That is the thing, like, if anything, it's a good job that, you know, it's one benefit is I don't think you can top this.
No,
Like,
like
Because you got
I
to think
would
as well.
but it won't be the same. You know, it's then just being violent for violence sake without having the emotion and the story connected to it.
Yeah.
This one time you have to get it done.
Yeah, and it's I think, you know, again, that's what kind of makes it special, because since being like Alex Windsor and Charlie Morgan, we've only wrestled twice. Like, wrestled each other. We had that match in Dubai, which was really special.
Right?
And then, yeah, so that was like the only times we have wrestled, they've been like moments.
Yeah, they've been huge, yeah.
Like, so that, you know, that's
we've,
the kind of thing that kind of makes it special.
yeah, and I think the thing that makes it really special for me personally is that when I walked into the training school in 2011, one of the first people I saw was Alex, and then I literally, like, after that weekend I was like, oh, I think we're going to be good friends, and then next weekend, you know, whatever, and then, like, yeah, before you knew it, we were traveling like up and down like the country. We had some abroad jobs together, like. So to go literally, and we train all the time together, wouldn't we, as well?
Yeah, and we wrestled each other all the time.
All the time. But then there was a gap from like 2000 and maybe 13.
Yeah.
And then and then obviously, like, Alex revamped to Alex Windsor, I revamped to Charlie Morgan. We sort of like went our own separate ways, but then intertwined at the same time. Then we didn't finally come back together until Dubai, which was special in itself.
Yeah.
Which and then obviously it's mad to think we've been like revamped whatever for like 8 years.
Yeah.
Twice.
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 times, like.
But I think also matches sort of speak for themselves, don't they, really?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the 2 times we have wrestled, they have just been like really special matches.
That's a good point.
You know, we had to.
With those matches, they are special because you were the first women's match in Dubai, if I remember correctly. And then there's this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those are two. This isn't like, you can't really recreate that 5 times.
Do you know how heavy
Yeah,
those tables
exactly.
were to put up?
Yeah, I do.
Go on, Jetta.
Go on, you can do it, Vic.
You can put those tables up.
Realise though is just how bloody strong Jetta is. Like, Jetta is a machine.
Little unit.
Yeah.
He's a little
I
unit.
just want to say a big thank you to Manny who sends me the £10 super chat. Says, I want a piece of the old canvas signed by you both. What a match for the ring skirting canvas fun. Thank you very much, Manny. Yeah, Emily is going to get on
Do you know
that.
what
So we'll have to get some bits signed this weekend, actually.
Do you know what I still find like really just makes me laugh? Like when I see my wife and my fiance. I was gonna say my fiance. Did you know my fiance,
Like?
mate?
Like?
You might as well do. My wife and best friend. You might as well be my fiance, to be fair. Yeah, like my wife and my best friend. Like, it's still mad to like, you know, like when they wrestle or whatever. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's just odd to see, isn't it? It's not your everyday
It is,
thing.
yeah. Go from like just hanging out together to then this.
Yeah, it is.
I remember, so just seeing Spinebuster Media just saying, that'll be Andy, by the way, saying, was working the show the day after this with the same ring, and they were still cleaning blood off before doors. Why are they cleaning blood off? It was my canvas. I guess
That's
the
rusted.
ropes and the turnbuckles, maybe.
I just remember
everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, it smelt so bad.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I
I
was
just
just like,
remember, I think at one point
taste
going up for the coast to coast, and I put my hands on the ropes, and I was just like, oh my god, it's like slippery.
Yeah.
Like,
See me somewhere in this match when I go up, I like wipe my feet on the turnbuckles. I'll point it out, and I'm like, because I'm like, oh, I'm about to jump, and I obviously know that I'd probably slipped on it.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, that's so funny.
You know what's like? I don't know, like sometimes when you wrestle, if you get a bit like, oh shit, like what's happening next or whatever, like sometimes you panic. But always when I'm wrestling you, it just feels like it's so chilled.
Yeah, there was a bit in this match, wasn't there? I'll have to point it out when it happens, where we're both like laying down and you like roll over and you're like, what's next? And I was like, I don't know. But I wasn't like panicking. We were just laying there like, we'll get there in a minute. We just carried on.
What's the next bit? I don't know. Oh, me neither.
Ask you about it because I didn't know, by the way, at this point. Will brought it up on commentary. The shirt that you're wearing, Charlie, the
BCM.
that is the shirt that you wore when you went on holiday together. Is that right?
So
Yeah.
I bought it. So I won't tell all the Magaluf stories.
No.
Because they're not PC. But we bought it. Well, I bought that shirt when I went to Magaluf with Alex. And didn't you have one too? I think you bought one.
I think I did, yeah. But I think I either lost it on holiday or it got stained pink by foam.
Yeah.
Oh, the old
I'm glad I wore a
foam parties.
Yeah, the foam party.
Yeah,
a safety thing or something. I never see.
Do you know what we did at that foam party? It's PG, by the way.
That's why I assumed as much. I didn't think you'd be telling it otherwise. That was the non-PG stuff was basically saved for the for Alex's speech at your wedding.
Yeah. Honestly, there's a couple things that you said, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, what was she about to say? But then she swerved and went somewhere else. So I was like,
I just kept going to look at your mum's face as Alex was telling the story. I was like, you probably know already anyway. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted. Carry on.
Oh, no, so I think we went to like a water park like the day of us going out in the night, and they had like, you know, like phone cases that you could put your phone in so it obviously doesn't get wet at the water park. So we had a couple of those, left them at the hotel for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We went down the strip in Magaluf and we were like, oh, there's like a foam and a luminous paint party, like, let's go there. So we obviously drinking all night. Obviously we were drunk. And it got to like 5 a.m. in the morning, and I turned to Al and I was like, "Oh, no one else has got their like bags on them. Like that's weird." Just carried on dancing, and then Al just opens her bag, and our phones are just like bobbing up in water, and we were like, "Oh, that's not good." And then someone told us on the way home, "You'll get a bag of rice and soak it in rice because it will. I don't know, it does something to it."
That's the story.
So we went to the shop at 5 p.m. Got a big bag of rice. Met Danny from Bristol, whoever he is.
Danny from Bristol.
And then basically, like, I realised how that sounds, guys. It's not like that. It just seems a stranger. It sounds bad. So we got this rice, and we like got back to the fucking hotel. And as I've gone to like open it, I opened it, and the whole bag just like exploded everywhere. And anyway,
up until
dead phones were.
You've had a story of nightmare trips after nightmare trips, because there was your WrestleMania trip where you didn't actually watch WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Is that right? You never got to see that, right? There's that happened to your phone then. At least it wasn't on your card or whatnot.
And I went on holiday with my mum, didn't I? And
I already broke your
collarbone. Yeah. She had to be my slave for a week.
And then, obviously the Shimmer trip.
Oh
my God, yeah.
Yeah.
You need to stay in the country.
Yeah. It's not very nice going abroad with broken bones and shit. I definitely should have flown home, but I didn't know it was broken, did I? So.
No, they wouldn't let you fly, I'm sure.
What's that?
I don't think they'd let you fly if they'd known it was.
No, I don't. But then I would have been stuck there for like 3 weeks, so that would have been a hefty bill to pay. This is like one of my favourite moments in the match,
This bit, yeah.
Big bastard.
This bit was cool.
Hey, look at the fight.
Proper get into it. That looked nasty, but actually wasn't that bad. It was this fucking bastard that killed me. That's why I go on my back, because I'm like, no.
Manny also said, can we ask Jetta about her running with the door? We might, if we're lucky, Jetta might give us a run-in.
I am the door.
I am the door.
Well, I remember when you guys turned up with him, and I was like, why did you get such small ones? This is going to hurt like buggery.
I don't know.
Your own silly fault.
Was it Debbie Sharp? Oh, just blame Debbie.
I knew it was going to hurt, but man.
I don't think the pictures were ever public, but like the state of you guys, like afterwards, you look like you'd been in a fire, Yaz. Like you look like you just had skin just burned off you.
Yeah, we went to a spa like 4 days later, didn't we? People probably thought I'd beat you up.
Weren't you supposed to go the next day? But you two were both so.
Yeah, we
were both out of it, weren't we?
We were both in bloody the walk-in centre, like in different parts of the UK.
Yeah, we were, weren't we? And we were both like awake until like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, do you know what's mad? Like, I opened my eyes at woke up at like 5 a.m. and the first thing I did was like moaning, like groan in pain. But second thing I did was grab my phone, and literally as I grabbed it, it was like a message from Alice, like she was awake, like she sent it like 30 seconds before I home. We were just laying there like.
But I think the day after, I wasn't so much in that much pain. I just felt like I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I just felt so out of it.
It was day 2 that killed me off.
Yeah.
Day 2 was bad.
Yeah.
I was contemplating if I would be able to go into work the following day. So I was just like, how am I going to do this? But
oh God, yeah, I've got to go.
This is a good bit.
Introduction to the bin, isn't it?
Yeah, the bin. That was such a good idea.
How was that to take? Was it all right?
Is that fine? That bit's so funny.
The thing is, you really were laughing at that point as well, weren't you?
I actually was laughing, yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I was legit laughing.
You're legit.
I need to point
Yeah, this
something
didn't
out here
feel.
because there was you brought up a really good thing there, yes, when you said like, how was that to take? And Alex was like, it was fine. I don't think people make the assumption that that means that you didn't feel it, and it doesn't. That's not
Oh
what it's
no,
meant.
yeah.
It's more that it's just like it's not taking you out. You ain't gonna miss work from it. It's uncomfortable. It's just
Yeah.
trying to explain what the
Painful.
differences in wrestling terminology to
Yeah.
what real terminology is. It's like understanding that it's
Yeah,
fine.
like
Like
fine
it
is not
didn't like
fine
it
in
didn't like
normal
knock
people.
me out.
Yeah,
No,
It just
so
kinda like the adrenaline's going, so it's like,
look at
all right,
my
off I
face
go.
here. Look at my face here. Like I inside, like as Yaz, like I'm like, oh my god. And then,
Oh,
this is
fuck,
just
you know
you
what?
registering.
oh, and then
Alex,
look, she's
what do
trying
you
to rip
think?
me head
Like,
off. Look,
She's taking her fucking head off.
it's already
what
bleeding and she's going for it. Look.
was there any point, Alex, where you were thinking to yourself, "Shit, I've gone too far"?
Do you know
Yeah,
what?
then
In my head, all I was worried about is that I couldn't see, and I was just thinking in my head, if I can't see, I can't wrestle.
That
And
I
then
said
Oscar
that
was
on
just like,
commentary because that
this is a
harmed
good
me.
bit.
And that's what I mean. Like some of it was real. Oh, you sick
but
fuck.
it wasn't like I wasn't getting like concerned about myself. I was just a bit like, oh fuck. If I can't see, I can't do anything. Like I wasn't
Fucking
panicking because
hell.
obviously I couldn't fully see what the state of my face looked like.
I think because I could, when I was
Yeah.
like doing that to like, you know, get you to like give me your hand, I was like, oh my god, that's bad.
Yeah. I don't think it was until like
That's really good.
I don't even know because obviously I didn't see pictures or anything until after or videos, and then when I did get like backstage and stuff, and Will showed me my head, most of it had dried up. So I don't think I fully saw until like the day after how much blood there was.
Look at you.
Yeah,
I
you're
know.
only a couple minutes in. Like we've probably got what, another 15 to 20 to go still.
Yeah. I think this is where like Will said that he was like I was starting to get like
Quiet.
worried
Yeah.
about you.
Could you not hear me though? Because I was saying to you like, are you okay? Like, are you all right? And you wouldn't answer me. And I was like,
I don't think I even like
I don't think you heard me. So then
heard you. Yeah. Oh God,
Dude,
you're right.
that's a great job, by the way, of showing us everything, Alice. Also, where did that come from, Yaz?
I don't know. Just felt like doing it at the time.
Felt like it.
Felt like I hadn't done enough damage at that
So
point.
yeah, it wasn't enough to like try and rip my hairline off.
Yeah, I didn't know though at the time when I grabbed you that I like, you know,
Just helped it on its way.
yeah.
Did you not think, Alex, like when you
That
started
was
to see
pissing me
how
off.
much of your blood was on Charlie? Did you not think, well, there's still quite a lot on me and there's quite a lot on Charlie?
Yeah, I don't know. I think in my head, because obviously when I've seen people blade, it does go everywhere. But I guess,
Not like
you know,
that.
if it was the other way around, I would have been shitting myself. But
Would you
because it was
panic?
on, because I could only see droplets of it spread around. I was just like, oh, this is fine. Like this is good. Like I've done a good one
Look at
today.
you.
I know. Look at the state of my head.
Yeah, you're
What I
like
am really annoyed about though is that all my makeup came off. So by the end of the match, I look like a troll. I just remember at one point
I feel like
rubbing
I've
my
probably
face.
still seen you in worse estates, mate.
Yeah, that's true. I just remember at one point rubbing my face and my eyelash was in my hand. It just peeled off with the blood.
That is
And then
funny.
didn't Vicky have one stuck in her shoe like weeks later?
Yeah. Yeah.
a big thank you to Neil Butler who sent a £5 super chat out. It says, sorry, mate, thank you both for what you put yourselves through. Neil was there in person as well.
Oh, well. Do you know what I would be intrigued to know, like, is how the fans felt watching that. Like, I wonder if there was any of them that thought a bit like,
Question for the fans.
oh, this is a bit much now, or...
Yeah, there you go. Questions for you guys.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel watching this? Yeah. Some
Did
people
it get
might,
like uncomfortable at any point?
Yeah. Some people like this stuff and some people just don't.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, like,
619.
oh, Black! I didn't know you quite like that on the night.
You nearly run him over.
You know, it's everybody knows I hate ref bumps. Like, I hate them passionately.
Do
So
ya?
but with you
So
two,
that was a good one.
Out and do whatever you want.
Here's why I wipe my feet on the turnbuckles in a minute when I'm climbing here.
Well, you can see all the blood actually on your knights. Look at your knights in the white. You can see it.
That black and red.
Yeah.
This was so cool, by the way.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah, it was good to.
I think, wasn't Will like, he was like, you do a swanton, don't you? You're like, yeah. Like, do you want to do one like along the rope? You're like, what?
Yeah, because he said to me like, what can you do here? I was like, oh, swanton.
Got really rosy cheeks.
Yeah. Perfect.
Chris says, I thought the blood was cool. You can see me snapping a bunch of pictures. Chris is a really good photographer. George says, I enjoyed it. It was brutally
clean.
Cold.
Right, we're cuddling
Oh,
now.
that's where it was. It was like, what's next? I don't know.
Yeah.
Me neither.
We just lay there. I was like, but what is it? I don't know. Oh.
I can't remember now. Was it the table?
No, that comes later.
Or the tape? Tape?
Yeah. And then for me, like, I kept having to remember where everything was. I was like, where have I pitched it?
I was worried about not being able to pull the tape off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There you go, there's your tape. How were you? What was it like when you two were putting this match together?
You know what? I don't think we took it seriously at the start until like Will was like, right,
we were awful.
About 20 minutes planned here, and we're like, okay. He was like, we need a good like 10 more. And we were both like, shit, like there's so much to this match. Like when we were putting it together, I think we were like, okay, like surely we're near the end now. It's like, no, we've still got loads to go. So
I remember asking Will, like, come on, this has got to be near the end now. And he was like, no, this is like middle. I was like, middle? Jesus.
Yeah. Because it was like, you know, just like going through all the stages, and we were like, oh my God, like it's not so funny now. We've got to remember all this.
Yeah.
Well, he's bang on though, because there is a difference between doing a match like this and being in the middle of a show and doing a story where everything has all those notes to hit.
Yeah.
And doing the right amount of time. You know, like I'm not a big death match, and I wouldn't class this as a death match, but I'm not a death match wrestling fan.
No.
I wouldn't class this as a death match.
But I would definitely class this, and I don't even know if there's a name, it's just, yeah, this is just so befitting the story. Is this really it? Like this moment, you don't get this moment in death matches.
No, you don't. It is, it's normally just like who can beat the shit out of each other the most, whereas this is like.
I like this moment though.
Yeah, all the moments in it fit so well.
And credit to Spine Media, by the way, for capturing some of these great angles that we're seeing.
Yeah, this bit was cool.
This was so good. Do you know what as well? Like, I think you hit the nail on the head, Dan, because I said this to you not too long ago, and you said it was method acting, but I felt everything that Charlie was doing.
All the emotions felt like
the
so
anger,
real.
the sadness, the desperation.
That is the weird thing. It is kind of like method acting when you're doing it, because you have to be in it, and I think that's the difference between those who are great. I think the great wrestlers are method actors. Smart still and able to, but they're scissors.
That got such a good reaction though as well. And again, it's like you don't get this kind of stuff in death matches either.
I was so worried he's going to cut my bloody hand.
Can I also say as well?
Can't be trusted with scissors.
I was worried that it was going to be like blunt scissors.
They are kitchen scissors.
They're our kitchen scissors. We
don't lose them.
We didn't trust Dan would get us sharp scissors, and we were like, we've got a good pair at home. And after the show, when everyone was cleaning up and sweeping up, I was like, where are my scissors?
There we go.
Someone's got my bloody scissors.
They're a good pair of scissors, to be fair.
Oh, they did the job.
They did the job. I was so like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to get out.
And as Brooke said, I was surprised by the amount of blood and how brutal the match was, even with me frequently watching death matches. And I think that's really interesting, because that shows just though like the emotional attachment.
Yeah.
Because
This
it
wasn't
meant it.
just hardcore, like, yeah, there was so much more to it, like you say, like the storytelling.
And I did this to you.
Jetta.
I did that
Get
because
violent.
I'll
She
get
was pouring
violent.
blood, and now her head's just being shaken around.
I know, really rinsing it, aren't you?
Trying to be kind. You're like,
Well, yeah, but I just no. To be fair, that was more you, Alex. I guess I've got called. That was more you than me because I felt like when I walked up to the ring, all I could smell was blood,
Oh
and I just didn't
man.
want to hit you.
Oh, here we go.
Here
go
we
on,
look.
yeah.
That blooming door.
Place
Did this
door
on
there,
purpose.
Charlie.
Boink.
Ah!
That really hurt.
Can I just say, right?
Can I just say before you say,
No.
when that door landed, me and Alex were laughing under the door because we were like, the fucking door doesn't break.
I am the door.
I was the door.
I was laying there laughing.
Boink.
Oh!
Can I just say, like, when I got in that night, obviously I had a shower, there was like blood everywhere, and all Jetta could say was, that door. That's what you took.
What landed on my head?
One
You
one.
land on your, like,
Oh, red.
like,
But who put the door up like that?
And
Yeah,
also,
who put the door up?
At such an angle.
you put
Oh,
the
not
door
again.
at that
Can I
angle.
just also say,
You
I've never
expect enough to open it and walk through it at that angle?
I know,
Right.
I've never gone through a table or anything like that. I've always
slowly-
refused. I've always refused, and I thought, do you know what? I'll do it for them.
Just this
Right,
one.
I'm slowly going through
I
this.
did it on purpose, because she was pissing me about.
Slow motion.
Pissing me off.
Come here.
My head.
You just,
That could
You
have been
just,
so much worse.
what's the name?
Yeah,
What's
it
the
was
name
never
of
been
the
through the
Will?
door.
Oh,
The one
not
that gets
again.
tired. The tiger driver. She just did that to herself.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just
Jesus
tiger
Christ.
driving herself.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Oh, shit.
Hello.
Shit, Charlie.
hello.
Yeah, watching it back.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone.
Slow mo, my head.
No,
was
it's
bouncing
all right.
on that. Oh, look, princess.
We should have put it with that little like boink sound effect.
The kitchen scissors. Yeah, the kitchen scissors.
So good.
God. Look at Oscar, he looks terrified. Also, you know the bloodstain on my cheek looks like a perfectly like.
It's like you've got little rosy cheeks.
I know, yeah, you look like a little rag doll. You know, there's like rag dolls. And you're
A little rag doll.
Thanks.
Seeing as how
Oh, what a cool gift that is.
Charlie with an eye with you there. Charlie, I know what you think of barbed wire, so what are you thinking seeing this?
Is this question to me, Charlie, or this
No,
Charlie?
Charlie with
Oh
an
yeah,
eye.
which one?
Easy
Charlie
there.
with
You're
an
gonna
eye.
have to check it,
I'm thinking, oh my god, their hair.
I forgot. It was fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did that feel?
You start to see like where the blood's actually drying as well.
yeah.
Oh, look at the state of me.
Yeah, that's
Both my eyebrows are gone.
She looks like a whole
My eyelashes are gone at this
That was the
point.
most brutal thing. The fact that you put your open mouth on her smelly knee pad. That was the most brutal thing. Of that.
Smelly knee pad. It's all covered in my blood.
It was so sick.
Yeah,
Thanks
This
to my
is good,
Annie.
yeah.
I can't see
Oh,
the
this
chat.
is good,
Now
this
this
is
is a
good.
watch party.
look at the circle.
Perfect bush cheek.
Where's Milford?
She's in the bath.
In this
Look,
bath.
there's like blood everywhere.
Guys,
Like,
how many
even on
times
the
have you
road.
eaten?
Hello, this is a good move from Alex Windsor.
Hello.
Oh, that was fine too.
No,
That was alright, was it?
I've still
it's
got
painful.
that dustbin in Butter's car.
Nothing would top those kendo sticks.
Oh my
No.
god.
Oh man, I'm glad I had a fat flannel shirt on. Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
lucky you, mate.
The blood is going in similar to like Bull Nakano's
Looks like you're crying.
Yeah, it just really went into one eye.
It's the worst, and it's like thick.
Yeah,
And you're like,
and I was like trying to get it out. Like, I just couldn't see at one point, but it just went into one eye. I was like, it comes over like all like creams. It's weird.
Here we go. We got setting up now. So one thing I just said to you was like, have you ever gigged before? Is this your first time?
Who, me?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
No, you just cut your hair off, didn't you?
Yeah, I asked Charlie how to do it properly, and she sent me a little video, and I was like, okay, cool, great. And I went out there and was like,
Oh, here we
and
go.
just cut the hair off.
Hey.
I love this.
Look at this bit, Charlie. You know what are you doing here? Look at your legs.
You could have made that more difficult for yourself, and I can see
Look at you.
you're looking like what you-
There we go. We'll watch that part again.
Just watch your legs.
My hair.
Like,
you could have made that more difficult for yourself if you tried. A little wood louse on its back.
you're like that
It's little
turtle.
ladybird.
Yeah.
or something.
And then those bits of the table were so painful in my back.
oh,
That was the most
Yeah.
painful thing in the match.
That wasn't nice. Like that was up there with one of the shittier things to do.
What? Get
Like, because you're skimming
got
the
that right
flat
side up.
like,
I remember laying here and just being like, oh, I'm fucked. Like, there's probably still so much more to come.
Yeah, I know. What have we got left here? Still like a reasonable chunk, haven't we? They're
Yeah,
compact.
You look an old woman. That's what I'm going to look like at 80.
You do look absolutely shattered, don't you?
What?
I said you look absolutely shattered. And then didn't you try and pull me like under the thing or something here?
Oh, because the
But I was
thing's
stuck
in the way.
underneath.
Yeah,
Yeah, look.
Thank you. Yes, when felt far more pressure on that door. I think that was the worst thing for the whole match, and I took it.
Well, don't cheer up, please. It's all I hear about.
yeah, it was like this.
If you want to use
I mean,
it on Friday, it's still
I
there.
could use it on Friday. You can, I'll let you do it.
Evie,
I
you've
just
got a
found it
task
so
now
funny
on
'cause
Friday.
Well, I was really worried about you, Alex. I thought, God, is she all right? And I didn't have a chance to ask you. And then when the door fell on us and we were like, I am the door, we were laughing. I thought, she's all right.
You're all right.
I literally had to say through a
Fucking door.
today, and I had her, and I was like, this door doesn't fucking break. It's so sad.
It broke this. Oh,
That was kind.
that only shoot.
That was kind.
Yeah. That was
Well, it's
kind.
one of those ones where it's
That was like
It was not leady.
that was like a swanton that like Jeff Hardy did at the start of his career.
Yeah, where it was just the back of his head. Yeah. The thing is, you can tell the story about the 29, they've gone through all this. You know what I mean? Like, it's
That'll get about me.
Oh, I'm off again. She's off. I just feel like I need to go home to bed. That's what I look like.
this is now.
And do you know what? I think around here, around this sort of time of the match, I do remember thinking, like, oh shit, yeah, we ain't got long left.
It's nearly done now, yeah.
Like all the emotions, you know, like, and it will come to it.
My little Sainsbury's bag.
Sainsbury's bag, where the supermarkets are available.
It's always
Sainsbury's plug bag.
things to go in.
I do love Sainsbury's.
Personally, I do. Yeah,
Makes me nice to go.
Chocolate. Lovely home range. That might be why we got this in actually.
Who's in that here?
They are orange.
And I was wondering, I do have the rule that if people are doing these kind of matches, that I do say to them, I want you to get the items because I don't want to be to blame if something is wrong. And
Something goes wrong, yeah.
So the only thing that I got was the table. I didn't even get the door. That was
The
crazy.
fucking door.
Just
Jetta's
want to say,
last
my
match
damage
was
says
Jetta
first
versus
time I ever
the
watched
door.
Pinfall and became members of the result. I just kept repeating holy shit over and over again and made this even more amazing match.
This is good though.
Yeah,
Good. Sick.
Ah!
that was great.
You fucked your elbow, didn't you, from those?
Yeah.
It's
It was
just
smooth though. The
still
shirt.
fucked.
Oh, that was smooth.
Yeah, like there's a pin, like I'll point it out. It just stays in for like 5 minutes. So from
Yeah.
now until way gone the free count.
And like I know you were talking about the whole shirt thing, you were on about it, and I'm glad you kept that in because that was such a good like little detail.
Yeah, that was unreal.
Yeah.
So here's where I start to like, I start like to get upset, and I'm like, oh no, lock it in. You've got like a minute left, and then when I told myself, oh my god, I got a minute left, and then like it's just like, oh, I don't know, just like
the state of
everything.
my scalp, it's like
Oh my god.
soap.
I
She did.
literally only I when I got in the shower when I got home, so much blood come off of me, and it was your blood.
I know. Oh, when I got in the shower, bloody hell.
Look at the, I'm looking for the pin in
I
my
don't know
arm.
if you spotted that, like Yaz was just looking at her, noticing just how bad the elbow was.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
it just stays in.
Look
Oh
at
my
her.
god, yeah. I've
It
not
stays
noticed
in.
that before.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Even now, to this day, I will like lean on something, and I'm like,
I
ah,
think it must have hit a nerve or something.
it's probably still there.
Yeah. Weren't you actually like crying at this point? Like real,
Yeah, I
like
was
real.
crying here. Crying like a baby.
Like a
Literally,
baby.
not even just a little, like a couple tears, like absolutely bawling my
Like
eyes out.
sobbing, yeah.
For real, yeah.
I have chills.
It was
Oh,
the reaction
it's
to the
beautiful,
audience
though.
moments as well that made this even more special. And then you here.
Look at the elbow.
Oh my god again!
Love you too, mate.
I love you too, mate. Bosh.
Oh.
This is so cute, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at you stroking my face.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, this is definitely one, if not my favourite match I've ever had.
Yeah, same here.
It's
Yeah, man. He just looks like he's gonna cry.
Got his Gary back on the go.
And then here I just lose control.
Yeah.
Because also I know what is about to be announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally like all happening.
Yeah, and I also I think the other reason why I got so upset like as the match was still going is because I knew that there was not long left, but also
Oh.
like
One thing
just
I just
because
kind of
it
wanted
was
to
like
repeat the three
it just went
count,
so well.
because I just want to repeat the 3 count. Just say, look at because I don't think a lot of people watching realise that in Eve audiences, we have a lot of people that don't really watch wrestling, but they do watch Eve, and that's you can kind of see them in the crowd, and you just look at like their faces at the end. They're like, it's almost like they can't believe that it's finally ended, but they also can't believe what they've seen. Like there's so much emotion going through.
I think a lot of fans thought that it would be me winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think wasn't there a poll and most of them said that I was
You're
losing.
retiring.
Did you?
To the States, I was like, oh, let's play on that. You know, like let's play that's for the smarts to think that you are the one that's going because you've been international. And Will, of course,
Also,
started with AEW, so it's like people are immediately thinking, oh, well, they're going to move to America.
The timing of it, people did just automatically think, oh, well, there you go, then. Like, I think people already had an answer in their head before the match.
Manny just saying 70% of the chat, we did a poll during the stream, 70% of the chat thought Charlie was going to win.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Right.
So my birthday was like the week later or a couple of weeks later, and Vicky very kindly got me this.
Oh yeah.
How cool is that?
That is really cool.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Isn't
That's
there
like,
some of the pins in there as well, isn't there?
yeah, you can't really see because of the thing, but
Hold on. I'll pause the match and I'll bring it up big. Hold on.
Jesus.
There you go.
There she is. Hold on.
Sick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's so cool, isn't it?
Photos, either sides as well. I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got like Polaroids of like bits of the match.
That's
So
really
sick.
cool. That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
That's that
What?
kind of romantic.
Al,
Useless that.
Yeah.
what was you thinking here?
And you know what? I think in my head, I think I was just like overwhelmed that the match had happened, and then it wasn't until I got backstage and I could fully be Alice that I was like, I think I came back. I think Will was recording, and I was literally just like, first thing I said, I was like, it's all over now. Like, I think that's when it like properly hit me, because I could just feel like we'd done it, and then I was like, well, like what now? And like that was it.
That pin is still in me, by the way.
Well,
No, I
that's
take
what,
it.
yeah, because when we hung,
There you
I
go.
had to like drop you back and pull a load out.
Really bad cut as well. You wouldn't think that a pin would cut you that bad.
No, but it
I
was
know.
It's
That's what gives like the most damage.
or something.
Wasn't my eyelash stuck on your shoe or something?
Yeah, when I
Yeah,
my
because you
trainers,
had like an eyelash stuck in your trainer, didn't you?
yeah, my trainers were covered in blood, so I was like, put them in the washing machine, and like turned them upside down. There was all pins on them, and then just a lash. And I thought, do you know what? But I was walking on those trainers all night. Lash days. Whoever's lash that was, it was Good
It's
job.
mine.
Good style of eyelash. That good sticking. That bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you really like screaming from the come back.
Because I couldn't find the mic.
Just while that's buffer, this was the thing backstage.
Oh, I
Afterwards.
love that picture.
Yeah.
Oh. You got all your pins stuck in your bum.
I know, I have so many stuck in my ass.
I'm assuming those were everyone's stuff was pretty much wrecked from this match.
Was pretty much what, sorry?
Oh.
Say again, Dan.
I said I'm assuming that those jeans and everything was just completely wrecked from this match.
Oh yeah, they went in the bin.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Those knee pads though, I had them since day one.
Well, they traced.
Have ya?
Yeah, they're
What,
literally
when you
ripped.
first started?
Yeah, they're ripped
Bloody
and falling
hell.
apart and probably very smelly.
No, to be fair, I washed them this week. Right, it's because I'm kind.
Thanks.
Because I'm kind.
Big welcome to Top Dave, who's become a YouTube member. Thank you very much.
Top Dave.
Well done, Top Dave.
Well done.
Good. Living up to your name there, Top Dave.
No one can hear this now.
I can turn this up because I don't think Will and I talk over this.
But then we're just crying. So.
Just you
Just
crying.
you know,
How much
shades of
this
boxing
isn't
on Friday.
informative anymore, right? This is real.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, do you
Like,
know
I'm not
what you
even-
were going to say here?
No, I had no idea.
Popping back.
I'm back. I
So
know.
nervous.
You see the welts now coming up.
Oh, God, yeah,
It's
they
bad.
come up so quickly, didn't they?
Yeah, they got like
Talk
right
to
away.
you right now, not as Charlie Morgan, but as Yaz.
Oh, no. First time Yasmin Landers cut a promo.
Yeah.
Alice, back in 2011, I walked into a training school in Norwich.
Did you ever did you think about what you were going to say at all?
Here now. Not any of the stuff about Alice because I just knew that it would just come naturally.
I remember us talking. I remember you asking
Obviously, you
me,
can hear what I'm saying.
and I just went, I'm just going to feel it because it's going to be
Fast forward
real.
many years later,
Yeah.
I hope you'll approve.
Yeah. Al, when you could hear me talking, were you backstage like, oh,
I don't think I caught any of
like
this
you.
bit, to be honest. Because
Gosh,
I
doesn't
just...
even know. I'm putting him over.
No, I know. I didn't catch any of this because I think when I got back, Will was like checking my head out,
Yeah.
and that's when I like saw how like bad it was.
So gnarly. Bad. But I obviously knew that the match would be announced, and I knew that Jetta was going to come back out, or I'd call her back out. And I think I'd always had in my head that I was going to say it.
Yeah.
I was going to say the match, but what Jetta says in a minute is so special, and like it just hits home what she says, and she just says it off the cuff.
Yeah, you didn't even tell me that, did you?
Yeah.
That's why Vicky's left now, because she knows she's going to get embarrassed about it.
No, because Erin has rang her.
Bloody hell.
Oh.
Erin!
They're discussing tactics.
They're planning tactics out there.
You've got one of your opponents with you, you div.
Bring Erin here.
I bet it's the rowboat.
You're on speaker, Erin. You're on a live stream. Say hi to Dan and Alice.
And the
Hi.
Hello, Erin.
She's rang about tactics for the match.
Erin, you got a booking on Friday?
What?
I wasn't going to say anything, but
Dan, what did you say?
I said she's got a booking on Friday. Make sure she knows.
You've got a booking on Friday, Erin. Don't miss it.
It's in my diary for a little while now.
in the diary, she says.
Good.
Don't forget.
Don't forget, you'll be fucked. You can go there.
Look at Vicky covered in blood, look. She's got like a load of
Charlie. Fuck, phenomenal. And Alex, give Alex a round of applause. Fuck me. That was hard.
Oh, you can see the titties on my arm.
Do you know what? If it wasn't for platforms like Eve, you would not get matches like that.
Oh, yeah.
We might be leaving, but please, there's always new people coming in that you can connect with the same way you connect with Alex and Charlie tonight in this match. There are no places outside of Japan for the platform, women's wrestling, the way Eve does.
Oh.
Nowhere.
This
I don't have to protective fluid on my eyes.
Yeah, my abs are there.
When I cry, it stings like fuck.
Women's
I have so much pain.
Tell you stories.
Oh, my legs going, fuck's sake! I'm like a child!
You are. Dan, you bet if you don't cry on Friday, like, I'll never see you again.
That'll be it, yeah. We've got to be blood for tears.
I'm starting to get freaking teary now, this guy.
Hold on, I need to move rooms because my phone needs charging. Right.
I'm cutting this. I don't need to listen to this. Oh, shit. Oh, you get... No, it genuinely is, because my eyes are stinging like buggery now. You sods. So,
Is it your time of the month? We get like that, too.
Right, come off there. Right, so yeah, how? What was it like watching that?
Just stop beating me up. What's that? Sorry.
What was it like watching that just now? Like the pair? Because is this the first time you two have watched a match together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because it was like nearly 2 months now, I think I kind of forgot how brutal it was. And then watching that, it is a bit like, oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, there's some moments in there, isn't it? Well, let's ask you, because you're a deathmatch queen.
Yeah.
No. What do you think on a scale of 1 to 10 in regards of like, well, that wasn't deathmatch though, was it?
Would probably say it was.
Would you? I don't view it as like deathmatch.
Well, it was like, well,
I suppose trying to define deathmatch is very peculiar.
Yeah. What did you say?
I just see it as it became a death match because of the amount of blood you lost. That's when we were all concerned about death.
It was that fear of death. I did genuinely think at one point, I was like, shit, are we going to have to stop this because you're bleeding out too much?
We could like start becoming unconscious or something.
Yeah, no,
I didn't think I got worried about that.
Oh, I think, but if you were me and roles reversed, I think you would have been how I was.
Terrified, yeah. I wouldn't have scalped them afterwards.
If you'd have seen Yaz bleeding how you were bleeding, what would you have thought?
I would have been terrified. Like,
Yeah.
or like, I mean, fair play to you. I mean, I know you kept asking me if I was all right, and I didn't reply to you. But
Thanks for that.
Is there anything that you don't remember about the match? Is there anything that when you watched that you're like, I have no recollection of that whatsoever?
No, I was completely there the whole time.
No, I don't
remember-
mean like in a concussive way. I just mean because you were so in it that you just went through it. Do you know what I mean?
It was
No,
like,
you know what? Go on, mate. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, like, in some matches, I guess you can sort of feel like out of it because you're so focused on, like, you know, the shit that you've got, like, you know, the moments that you've got in the match. But this just felt like I didn't think about anything else other than the moment I was feeling. And that, like, I think to get to a place where you feel like that and you're not worried and you just chill, like, and to have a match like that and be so chill, I think says a lot for the person that, you know, you're wrestling.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a compliment from you.
Yeah, because it was such like a high pressure match. Obviously, normally in those circumstances, you get so panicked about doing a good job that you end up like not being completely in it. But I felt like I wasn't thinking of anything, but I was so aware of everything. Like it's really weird to try and explain.
Yeah.
Like everything just like flowed really easily.
It's going to sound really weird, but I don't know if you've ever experienced this in a match like that with that physicality, but I just felt at peace, which was really strange thing to say. Like it just felt so chill. That was just like, this is quite, which is probably a bit sick because of all the stuff we were doing. I'm like, oh, I'm at peace.
Just knocking blood off your face.
That's so nice. You know what I mean?
No, but do you know what I mean? Like I can't. Like I was just so just so like.
That's going to be potentially, I'm assuming, like just part of the fact that at that moment, this is everything that you got into wrestling for. That storytelling, that action, combining everything perfectly and doing it with your best friend under those circumstances. Those aren't moments that we get to do in wrestling every day, every show, or even every year. Those moments are extraordinarily rare, and sometimes some people will go their entire careers never having a moment.
Never get it, yeah.
You know.
I feel two things. Lucky that I got to experience that, but also, you know, it's taken so long for women's wrestling to get to this point where we're able to have the platform to tell stories and, you know, cut a promo and stuff like that. So it's just a shame that it's taken as long as it has, if that makes sense. But it's also nice. It's evolved, hasn't it? You know, it's also nice to be able to get that opportunity and so many people, you know, after us.
I think when you look at it's one of those ones where you have to promote that it's women's wrestling because there are so many people that just have this idea that women's wrestling can't be it. So you kind of have to promote that it is that. But at the same time, it's like it doesn't matter that was a women that was women in a match. That was a great fucking match regardless of any gender. That was a great fucking story regardless of any gender. And we're still at that point.
Actually,
we're still at that point in society where we still have to say it is this in order to sell that people can watch a women's wrestling product. You know, there's one thing I found out recently is Eva's the longest running women's wrestling promotion in the entire Western world.
Bloody hell.
Right, and it's like, but it shouldn't be that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things because of, and I always say, if we only ever, and this isn't, our online audience is part of that, and we thank them obviously massively for being a part of it. But if we'd have only ever applied or tried to get wrestling fans, we'd have gone out of business within so quickly. It's the fact that, like, because I think television wrestling so much is just portrayed, and still in some places does, women's wrestling is this level because they will factor in certain things above skill, talent, ability, and other aspects. Whereas when you go to audiences who haven't been influenced by that, and they just go for a night at the wrestling, and then they become, I've sent you guys screenshots of all the people that have tried Eve out for the first time, and it's their first ever wrestling experience, and they've come back and they've become Eve fans. They're not they haven't got all that stuff against women's wrestling that they may be getting on television and other places. So that tells you that it's like there is so much out there, so much possible for women's wrestling to just be a fucking good wrestling show, regardless of it, because we can bring normal people, like non-wrestling fans, into it. And if you can attract, non-wrestling fans and make them wrestling fans, doesn't matter what the gender is. It just means that what they're watching is fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that that's been like a lot of the key. As I'll get off my soapbox in a minute, but like I think that that's been a key. And I look at matches like this, and it's just, this is a prime fucking example of exactly that.
I think you said, I was looking at that, like expecting Jetta to do that. That's not Jetta.
Double take.
It sort of hits the nail on the head, though, about what Jetta said at the end of her promo when you said something like about Eve giving women the platform to showcase women's wrestling.
Yeah, but also not like, like Dan said, like make it a bit more of a variety show rather than being like, I have to have a wrestling match that fits in this box. Like it's good to be able to do something a little bit out there, and that's what attracts like those fans that are outside of wrestling. And I think like what's good about it, but also like a little bit hard, is you've got like half of the crowd is that casual, never seen wrestling before, and then half are like hardcore fans that like wrestling. So you've kind of like you've got to like structure something that caters to the people that know wrestling and caters to the people that don't, which is not always easy.
But that's also what separates you from anyone else. And I think that's also one of the things that separates from anyone else, and especially like it's good for the girls to work. Like I know I have a bias, but I do think that like all women's shows are so important because your job on an all women's show isn't to be the women's match. And so many shows like that's you, and you stand out alone on a card because you are the one women's match on the show. When you work in a women's show, you're not part of the show, you are the show. And so you have to, think differently, to any other kind of show that you're a part of. And that's when you begin to, be able to do more and let those creative, juices flow, really. It may be a challenge for some because they're so used to, being like the one match that stands out just because it features women. But on an Eve show or, any other show, any other women's show, you have to, ask everyone else what they're doing and find out what's going on and stand out on your own TV, which I think is really cool. And I think that's one of the things that makes the even more women's relations stand out, because you're going to get to see the talent do things and be involved in things in a completely different way. Because they have to be.
Yeah, definitely. Because I sometimes feel like on like other shows where, maybe there's only like one women's match on the card. Not that like you don't feel like you have to put the work in, but sometimes there is that feeling of like, well, we're the only women's match, so people either aren't going to care that much or they won't take us seriously. But obviously at Eve, being an all women's show, like everyone is going there to watch women's wrestling. So I feel like for us sometimes it's kind of like there's a whole show of women and it gives you that like, what's the word, like motivation to be like, right, we're going to put the best match on tonight, and it kind of gives you that like different kind of mentality, like going into the match.
I remember often being at the Resgal, which holds a number of objects and clothing and beautiful memories, objects. But that wasn't the point of the thing. But we had the balcony. We had the balcony, and everyone would watch each other's matches and listen to the reaction of the crowd. Everyone would have like such great matches, and then you'd be like, "Oh God, I gotta try and top that now."
Yeah.
And it would constantly be that like that feeling. I think the Resgal felt different because they had the balcony there, so you could literally feel the crowd as you watched it. You know what I mean? But yeah, like.
Well, I think also with the balcony is everyone saw what other people were doing. And I remember Vicky saying this to me recently, is when people would come back from their matches, because the rest of the girls had been watching, they'd also like throw out ideas to them. Oh, did you see that they reacted like this to you? What about you did this? And everyone kind of like worked. So there was this, in terms of topping, everyone could top by being themselves. And everyone kind of found themselves. Like you couldn't go to any show and say that this wrestler was like this wrestler, because everyone stood out on their own merits in character and everything in that way. I was watching when I was going through some stuff recently, and I was actually watching Jetta and Viper, and it was when Jetta is saying, "Oh, by the way, I do indie wrestling now," and there is so much of that because she's able to do. There was so much about it because you was able to be so personable with the audience and with Viper that it was almost like we were watching a skit and wrestling all going on because they were so close to the ring that everyone could hear everything.
Yeah.
And that opened up the ability for people to play around and find character far more.
Yeah. I love that about the Res Girl because that's what I really enjoyed. It's almost like it's not like a comedy show. Well, it is for me, but it's not like a comedy show. It's almost like being in like an intimate like comedy venue, like because you can feed off everything. You can hear things that people are saying, and you can feed off it. And I really enjoyed that.
I missed the wall, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I missed doing flips.
Yeah.
I missed the wall.
I know you worked. Did you try using the wall at the yard the one time you worked there or not?
Yeah, but it was too far away, so I just did something else with it. I did a suplex off it, pushed off the wall.
Oh, that was really cool.
Yeah. So like lift up. Yeah.
So as we go into this Friday, I know I asked you this earlier. How is everyone feeling? Like, because you're all involved. Like, Alex is going to be on commentary with me through that match. Obviously, you three are all in it, together.
How do you feel, Charlie?
I'm just very grateful and honoured that you guys asked. That means a lot. Oh yeah, it does, truly.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like I was obviously just on the phone to Erin. It's like I was saying to Erin, like it's really like kind of bittersweet because it's emotional, it's sad, but also it's like so special. It's so special. The people that are in the match, like obviously myself and Erin, wrestling you and Billy, admit like we've had so much fun. We feel like, and I'm speaking for Erin, but I definitely feel like working you and Millie made me better. Like made me a better wrestler. Like I think Charlie has got a really, really good mind for like putting matches together and structuring things. And like I learned a lot from wrestling her. And like that was obviously a big thing for us in Eve as well. And then obviously Miss Nina Samuels.
Young Nina Samuels. And it's crazy. Like I think we were watching old Eve stuff the other day, weren't we? And it was like Lily Mackenzie versus Nina Samuels. And I was like, it suddenly just dawned on me, like, oh my god, it was probably from 2018 or something. Was it 2018? It was a Millie's first match. And I was like, oh my god, in this match on Friday, Erin, Charlie, Jetta, Millie and Nina, all of us have crossed paths and been so instrumental in one another's careers. Like it's insane, like how much backstory there is.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, spoiler, but we're actually all really good friends. Like, we're all really good friends. Except for Nina. Except for her, she's not. No, so that obviously
happens to make good cookies. That's why you like it.
I just want to beat her up.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, no. So obviously, like, there's that element to it. You're wrestling your friends.
Yeah, I think it's special for all of us. And then Erin as well. Like Erin, I don't think gets enough credit or praise. She was around when it was fucking hard being a female wrestler. It was hard, and Erin went through a lot more like bullshit with like wrestlers being arseholes and thinking that the women didn't deserve places on shows than I ever did. So I think it's special to share that with Erin as well.
Yeah, and I feel like Erin deserves that.
Yeah.
As well.
Erin's one of those ones that worries me because I worry that Erin's just gonna be gone and never have really got the opportunity for people to tell her how much she's loved and appreciated.
Yeah.
And also, I think
That was the last match.
Well, hopefully this Friday will pay back, you know, to some of what Erin has given throughout her career as well.
And Erin's someone who, by the way, who I think has had a story to tell in itself outside as well. So we'll wrap on this. I appreciate you guys spending so much time with us tonight. I do want to say to everybody who has watched this evening, if you are not a channel member, you need to become a channel member because you're going to get to watch the final match. And I hate saying that. It's so weird. It's like it's almost like I'm trying to convince myself that it's not real.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
It feels odd. It's not just me. It feels odd.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like I've packed my case to make sure I've got and I've packed it and I'm like, it's really weird. That's the last time I'm going to pack my wrestling case.
Yeah.
I remember, like, I think I messaged you, Al, didn't I? Like, literally a couple of days ago, like, just saying that I feel so heartbroken, and you know, she.
Yeah, but it still doesn't seem real yet. Like, I know you're saying like this is our last match, but somewhere in my head, I'm like, it isn't, but it is. Like,
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, I'm kidding myself. No, it is.
That's the thing. Like, not a lot of people get to go out on their own terms when they're, well, I would say fit and healthy, but no, I'm decrepit, so maybe not. You get to go out on your own terms, pick the match, wrestle somewhere as well that, like, obviously means a lot to us. So to be able to do that, you know, you can't ask for a better ending. So yeah, we're very lucky in that respect.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you all. And again, to everyone, you know, you want to watch this, you either want to come and see him live in person. If you're in the UK and you can get down this Friday, make sure you make the most of the last opportunity to see Charlie and Jetta live and in person. And I'm sure they're going to have some merchandise to, you know.
Oh yeah, we got to flop that. Might be coming in with that.
Get those last mementos. And if you can't
she might stand
live plus channel member, because you can watch the live experience. What is going to be a very emotional night for us all. I just want to say a big thank you to Chris Gannon from 1999 Super Chat, who says for transfusions and a new canvas, because yes, that canvas was completely ruined. So we need a new canvas. And to Frecky Biker, who sent a £10 Super Chat, who says for the boxes of canvas,
Lesson on that.
Dan,
oh.
do you need a new canvas?
I need a new canvas, yes.
How much are they?
About 700.
I've got you.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks,
Will. Well, it is thanks to us.
It's going to have a big photo.
Well,
of his face.
He's going to get it. This is going to be a big picture of him, like
Will
Steve wrestling.
Yes. Will's going to take control of what's actually on the centre of the canvas.
We still need to have a booking meeting, Dan.
I don't do well with kindness, so I will seem awkward in saying thank you. Will, I love you, brother.
Yeah.
So yes, that is this Friday. Thank you very much to Alice, to Charlie. I said Alice and Charlie. I'm doing great here. To Alex and to John. If anyone was playing the game where you take a shot whenever a real name was used, like, you must be fucked by now.
That's a good game. You'd be on the floor.
Right? But thank you to Alex Windsor. Thank you to Charlie Morgan. Thank you to special guest appearances from Jetta, The Door, Charlie Evans, Will Osprey,
and Princess.
And Erin Angel, who appeared briefly as well. All love and appreciation to you guys. And I look forward to crying with you all on Friday.
See you Friday.
And Alex stand up as well.
Hi again.
Friday? No.
She'll be sad.
She's back. She's not going to be sad.
Take her away.
Yes,
I can't wait to cry with you all on Friday.
Indeed.
It's going to be great fun.
You can, again, if you come down, get those keepsakes from Charlie and Jetta this coming Friday night and watch us live. I'm going to boot them both out and say goodbye. Thank you again, you two, genuinely. This has been super fun.
Oh, it's been great.
It's been emotional. So,
yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Little teaser for how bad we're all going to be on Friday.
Yeah, I know. If we can't even get through
we
watching.
can party after and drown our sorrows. So
yeah,
well, the good news is Kenny's open till 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Much love. Thank you guys for being a part. Oh.
I have just one request. I hope you have a good playlist for after the match, so we can just like.
I'll start putting one together.
Hello, my friend, we meet again. It's been a while.
No, what's the one that made you cry? The Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Boulevard of
Broken Dreams made you cry?
It's a long story.
All right, okay, fair. Okay, because that's a peculiar. I thought you were going to start saying Celine Dion. Yeah, so true story. Charlie asked me if I could put together a video to the WWE's "Don't Try This at Home" music from 2000.
No.
Song. What was the thing?
No, it was the My Sacrifice that Billy just belted out.
That was it. The My Sacrifice. That's what.
I can't retire until I've had a music video.
Well, are you down on Friday? Are you back in time?
Me?
Yeah, are you back in time?
What, for Yaz's last match?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not doing anything this week, are you?
I'm not doing anything, but we might need to find a babysitter for Harry.
You need to come and do karaoke and belt that out for him afterwards. That's how we send everyone.
You don't want me on karaoke, son.
Yeah. We just got. That's how we end the show. Clearly, with you singing. The song.
Will, you can sing me out. Please get on the mic, and me and Vic will just like go off into the sunset, and you can sing in the middle of the ring.
I'm not singing.
Beautiful. I can see it now. Andy, if you're watching this still and you're ready, make sure you frame that shot. Okay, I want you to be a picture that could be set up. Actually, and Simon, if you can download a sunset for the screens for them to walk as Will sings that, fantastic.
Now, imagine the graphic. Will Ospreay Pro Wrestling Eve debut karaoke afterwards.
Well, I think you made your debut for even like 2018 or something, or 2019.
It's in when Rhea and Ibushi spot.
Yeah, exactly. 2017.
2017.
Oh my God.
I'm an original.
You are.
He's an OG. Right. Love to you all. I'll see you guys later.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye. All right. We were just going to carry on if I didn't do that. So, but thank you to those guys for all being a part of it. And thank you to all of you guys for all watching us tonight. Genuinely appreciate it. Much love. This is going to go on to the members only portion now, okay? So thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. Genuinely appreciate it. So George Vandergriff, Mark Watkins, Champagne Sumo multiple times. Thank you. Manny multiple times as well. Neil Butler, Top Dave became a new member. Thank you so much for living up to that name, Top Dave. Chris Gannon for the super chat as well. For Millie C for being a member for 36 months, 3 years this month. Thank you so much, Millie. And Frecky Biker at the end for the Dan-sized tissues that will absolutely be required. Feel free to bring your own if you're coming this coming Friday. Much love and thank you to you all. And yeah, we'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.